In case y'all didn't know, the name is Thomas Jefferson, born in 1743. Yeah, that's right, I'm Virginian. Farmer born and raised. I know how America really is, a land of agriculture and property ownership. Sure, the folks up north may have their industries, but no matter where you go, there is always farming to see.
We need a government to protect our natural rights. Keep the power in the people, there will be no fights. Don't need no government to take our money. I think I've heard this before, something seems kind of funny. Every around here should have property and more. Harsh taxes on whiskey only hurt the poor and strengthen Hamilton's aristocratic regime. So let the states have power, you know they are supreme. No more aristocracy, equal property and labor is republic key. Let's help out our foreign friend, support the end of aristocracy in France, and the removal of King Louis's head. But why by I should you be led?
I'm the best lawyer in this country you can ask around. My studies driving William and Mary's ground. Now I am an educated man with wife and kids. Not to mention I made this country really is. I was there when America became independent. Don't you think that was splendid? And I wrote that paper that kept them at bay. 17 days of writing, ain't nothing else to say. I got rid of them tyrants no one else trusting. After America needed years of adjusting.
1768, the people made me represent in the House of Burgesses. We rebelled against the king's expenses. We knew we had to beat up our defenses. And the people rejoiced and congratulated us. 1775, I served in the Second Continental Congress. Finally, we united under our colony's rope and escaped from the evil English scope. In the new America, land of the free, your beliefs are what you'd like them to be. In 1777, I wrote the Bill for Religious Freedom in my home ground, where later the White House can be found. 1781, I stated I believed in natural rights, but equality for Africans ain't worth the fight. 1782, RIP to my wife. In the next year, I made a return to political life. 1785, I was the U.S. Minister to French land. 1789, my homecoming was grand. And I will become a part of the presidential dream team. Secretary of State, the position I was deemed. Have to deal with Hamilton, that wretched mistake. Gotta make sure this patriot nation remains awake. What's all this talk about implied powers? If it's not in the Constitution, it's no rule of ours. So in 1797, I became VP. John Adams referred to me as his major key. But I was done with staying in the presidential shade. And in 1801, the president I was made. My election created a political digress, but all differences subsided with my inaugural address.
Every difference of opinion is not a difference of principle. We are called by different names, brethren of all the same principle. We are all Republicans, we are all Federalists.
Under my rule, we purchased Louisiana territory, undeclared war against pirates, Barbary. I won the election of 1804, but found struggles in the French vs. British War. My Embargo Act stopped trade in 1807, but this legislation made economics anything but heaven. I left before the War of 1812 could start, leaving the nation with a heavy heart. In 1809, I passed the presidency to my friend. I returned to Monticello, where Jimmy Madison led. In 1825, my pride and joy opened its doors, the University of Virginia, where my legacy soars. 50 years after I wrote the DOI, July 4th, 1826, was the day I died. But just as Adam said the last day of our lives, evermore, Thomas Jefferson survives.
Here was buried Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of American Independence, of the Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, and father of the University of Virginia.